There we go. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report for a Friday. Happy New Year's, everybody. It's Friday, December 31st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your new year or your end of your 2021. As always, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by hockeypicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Sign up today at hockeypicks.com. And let's go take a look at our current leaders right now at hockeypicks.com. And our top scorer right now is Mags. Look at Mags at 889. There's Musco. He was in first place. He's at 836. And then there's Gary Younger at 825. And those are your top three scorers right now at hockeypicks.com. Let's go to bballpicks.com. And let's go see who the current leaders are at bballpicks.com. Just going to bring this over here. And there we go. Let's go to our top scorers. And our top scorer right now is Colorado native Robert S. at 967. Eddie O from Montreal at 823. And Jamo David is 792, a new third place leader at bballpicks.com. Folks, you can make your plays each and every day. Follow the top pickers at bballpicks.com, hockeypicks.com, and hopefully they can make you some money each and every day. All right, folks, welcome to the show. My name is Ron Raymond. Welcome to the Breakfast Club. That's what we call the new sports betting podcast, the Breakfast Club here for sports bettors. My name again is Ron Raymond for the second time. Hey, you can tell it's 2021. We're out with the old, in with the new type thing, but unfortunately COVID will still be in the new. But hey, you know what? We will make a good 1 hour show for you guys here today, and bring my A game. As long as you guys bring your A game in the bullpen, I'll bring my A game. And I am a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, the nation's capital, north of the border. And you can find me each and every day. Hang my hat right here at atsstats.com. And folks, if you're interested in the Ram Report, you can check out the ATS tutorials right here. If you go to ATS Stats, go to ATS Tools, ATS Tutorials, and I got some videos right there, about 18 videos that you can follow along and check out the Ram Report. It's pretty in-depth and detailed, but at the end of the day, you will learn a lot of things about sports betting. And if you're interested in my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, it's a book I wrote in 2009, and you can get it right here at atsstats.com or on amazon.com or .ca. All right, today's free horse racing tip sheet. Now, today's a daily double. I'm giving out 2 bonus tip sheets today. In fact, if you go to the horses free tip sheet, the free tip sheet number 1 is for Tampa Bay Downs. Hey, we're going to go to Florida tracks today since it's nice and sunny, hopefully in Florida. And, like I tell my buddy all the time, right? Horses got to eat too, so we got to go feed the ponies today. And you can see we got all the races for free today at Tampa Bay Downs. Post time today at the Downs is 12:38. And if you go to the front page of ATS Stats, you're going to see that right here, Gulfstream. We have free racetrack here today at Gulfstream Park, and it looks like there's some big stake races. Look at that, race number 1, $100,000 stake race in race number 1, and Luis Saez, that's the one I got winning at with Coratari in race number 1, 7-5 morning line on Coratari. And folks, you can get the entire tip sheet today for free right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to the gamblers, the ramblers, and the stumblers here in the bullpen. That's what we call our YouTube our channel where all the bettors go into the chat. And who's Mizzou? First one out of the gate, and I think he's the first one in. And good morning, the network. Good morning, all. Let's get this money today. There's Brent Vianney. Good morning, Brent. Mitchell Watson. How you doing, Mitch? From big Detroit Rock City. Hey, good Kiss, isn't it? Isn't Kiss? I don't know if Kiss is from Gene Simmons. I don't know if he's from Detroit, but I know they got a good song, Detroit Rock City. And hoping for a big win today for the Maize and Blue for Mitchell Watson and John Fresco, Coach Gecko, the wolf of Sharp Street. Hey, I like that. Hey, maybe I'll have to put that in the thumbtack right there in the thumbnail. But thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. Plays and parlays. Good morning, everyone. Let's get that money today. Cashed out yesterday. Bucks total over Flames and over Wisconsin -6. So good job, Brent Vianney. He's went to the winner's circle last night, and that's our objective each and every day. Get you to the winner's circle so you can make out cash out Monday. And there's Sniper from the Peg. I was talking to Sniper yesterday. He's telling me it was a nice, balmy -30 degrees yesterday in Winnipeg. So warm thoughts to the Sniper right there. It was -1 while I was talking to him. But today in Ottawa, what's the weather in the nation's capital here today? And let me check the weather network. And we are -3, and we're going to -2. So good old Rusty's going to get a good walk today at -2 degrees, right? Cashed out yesterday. We got that. Then plays in parlay. Likes the first quarter in the Wake Forest game this morning. And let me see here. Who else do we got here? What a night for Isaiah Moore. Morning, what a night. Hey, what a night for Isaiah Moore. What happened? Did you make it to the winner's circle last night there, Isaiah? Went pretty heavy on Sixers first quarter. You know what? I was doing my player personnel performance and injury report for that game last night between Brooklyn and Philadelphia. I really liked Philly in that game last night, but I like Denver a lot better in the members area, and I didn't want to give out two plays. So I decided on Denver plus 7.5. But I had a player personnel of 82% compared to 79% for Brooklyn. So I really liked Philly. So good on you, Isaiah. Great job getting the cash with the Sixers last night. All right, Jookie John Peresco. Bookies get eat bread. Send them bread line, says John Peresco. There's Quentin Johnson. Good morning, Quentin. Now, if you notice, Quentin has a little dollar sign. That's because he's part of the Breakfast Club and the members area. Folks, if you want to support the channel and you want to get a little cash sign beside your name, all you got to do is join our Breakfast Club. I made a little banner this morning, and hopefully we can get more people supporting the channel, and you can get a little icon beside your name as well. So thanks for supporting the channel, Quentin, and all the best in 2022. All right, I'm an A-type team in a neutral cycle right now, says Plays in Friday. I love it. Hey, yeah, you know what? All in, right? Plays in Friday. He's all in on the Rain Report. And the thing is, folks, what he's talking about, A-type teams in the neutral cycle right now, meaning A-type teams are teams that are 60% or higher in the standings, and they're going through a good cycle of 4-3 or 3-4, which is a average cycle. And if you look at the Rain Report, and you'll notice the three main ingredients of the Rain Report: value, percentage play, and performance cycles. And I'm going to add money management to that because I'm going to work on a new money management system for you guys, and I'm going to try to incorporate it into the Rain Report GPS system. That's what my wife calls it. She goes, call it the GPS system, and you're guiding people to the right winner's circle, right? Hey, Mrs. Raymond's pretty sharp too. All right, Rui Pedro Nageria. I just like saying your name, Rui, because my brother-in-law's name is Rui. So every time I get a chance to say Rui Pedro Nageria, I feel like I'm giving out a soccer goal. Goal! Hey, I know my brother-in-law is a big Benfica fan, so I know. I don't know. Are you a Benfica fan, Pedro? I can't remember. Here I am, another great day. Cash out NBA yesterday. Took Wake first half, says C. Gunner. Good job. There's the double O car. Rick Ruler's in the house, present. How's it going, OG Wheat from the ATL? And the Breakfast Club members are in the house, and we are going to go get it today. And thanks, good luck. Took Purdue, the upset win, as a nail-biter. What a game that was last night. Purdue and Tennessee, right? And you know what? I know that Coach Eiffel was really upset with that call, but I thought his forward progress was stopped. And when your forward progress is stopped, then it stopped, right? What can you do? You know, he reached out when the forward progress was done, and I thought the rest made the right call. And unfortunately, because I had Tennessee on the computer pick, but it is what it is. We got some good football games yesterday, so hey, take it with a grain of salt during these times, right? Where did those chicks go, Dude Ranch? Says Rick Ruler. Rick Ruler, are you still coming back from the casino there? Hey, did you stop by the liquor store on the way home or what? The double O car. Was it Rick Ruler said yesterday you stopped by the casino? That was pretty funny. All right, OG Wheat, make sure you go find Ball Cash and wish him a happy birthday. He doesn't show up today. Oh, Ball Cash will show up. He's just getting his pump on right now. You know, Ball Cash is probably, pounding the weights right now. He's got 2 plates on, for a 6 rep, maybe a 6 or 8 rep, right, for Ball Cash. And so if we see Ball Cash today, it's his birthday, so we'll give him a virtual birthday cake, Virtual bumps right here in the Rain Report. All right, let's get on with the show, and thank you again, everybody, for being part of the Breakfast Club Sports Betting Podcast, which we affectionately named it when Gloria Kay would come on every morning. And speaking of Gloria Kay, she getting her topping off her coffee right now. She's getting her 1 cream, 1 sugar ready for the bullpen, and we'll see. Benfica always, but I can't talk about it. We're losing games. So sad, says Rui Pedro Nageria. All right, let's get on with the show, and let's get to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And what I do in this segment is I take a look at the the sports betting market just like I do the stock market. And speaking of the stock markets, let me see where the Dow Jones is today. And let me see here. And I know we were down this morning, but now I can't. No, the Nasdaq's down. And where's the Dow? I can't see the Dow right now. Nope. Well, I'll give her a peek in a few seconds. But let's take a look at last night in the NBA. And let's see here. The NBA last night. So one game was canceled, 2-1. And just once, there we go. Dow is down. Oh, it's only down 70, so it's not too bad. All right, so looking at yesterday, 2-1 for the favorites, 2-1 against the point spread, 1-2 to the under. And if you do the 3-day average, the favorites are winning at 68.3. No, one thing you want to do when you're looking at this chart right here, 68.3, or let's go to 7-day average. Compare this chart with that chart, and let's see what the margin is between the point spread of favorites and the point spread of the favorites when it comes to the money line and the point spread. And I'm telling you guys, keep an eye on this, because if you can find a money line that's in a certain respectable range where you can bet on, then would you rather be a 67.7% better or a 47% when it comes to the money line, right? All right, so that is the NBA. So last night, the over-unders, let me see, in the 7-day average, pretty much neutral market right now, 55.9. I always take a look at the 7-day average. That's my cycle when I'm comparing the what's come in the last 7 days. In the NHL last night, and was it a big night for the favorites or what? Look at that, the favorites. Hey, get that big tall glass of milk, because we're going to wash down a lot of chalk from last night. 7-0 last night, 5-2 in the puck line. You don't see a 5-2 night. Look at that. It's very rare you see a green candle in the favorites for the puck line, right? It only happened, 3 times in the last 2 weeks. So enjoy it while you got them, right? Hey, when I was in the military, smoke them if you have them, right? When I was in class, and we go on our break, our master corporal would always say, smoke them if you got them, but I don't even smoke, so I don't know why you even say that, right? Yeah, a lot of smokers back then. Was it 1990? A lot of smokers in the military, but I'm sure, hopefully it's going down. Let me see what's going on here. Does Ball Cash, did we see Ball Cash yet? Not yet. I will see him later on, says OG Wheat. The OG's from the ATL as well. And where did those chicks go? Dude Ranch. Hey, Rick Ruler, the double O car. He's full of piss and vinegar this morning. That's awesome. All right, let's take a look at the NHL in the last 7 days. And 76.3% of the favorites have won the last 7 days. 46.5 on the puck line. And if you look at the over-unders, wow, look at the overs. And you know what? If you look at the last couple days, I know since they returned from their break on the 28th, 3-0, 3-3, 3-4, so it's balancing out just a bit. If you look at the 3-day average, 64.3% of the games have gone over the total. All right, that is your SBI for the NBA and NHL. Let's take a look at the market value index, and let's take a look at the Bears and Bulls report. Normally, I tend to have this ready and lined up, but I've been so busy this morning. Let me see if I can get this going right here, and we'll go. I'll do a couple of charts right here on this screen as well. So let me go to market index, and we're going to go to the NBA. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm just going to take a look at the charts or the bullpen to see what's going on with the Ramblers and Gamblers and Stumblers. Hey, remember Gary A? I haven't seen Gary A in a while. Hopefully he's still around and he's lurking in the background. Hey, I got to get Gary A back in here. All right, here are your bull teams right now in the NBA. So these are the teams that are very bullish. So the thing with bullish teams is they're the public darlings right now, right? These are teams that are winning at a high percentage rate. So you got Golden State, Phoenix, Utah, Brooklyn, Chicago, Milwaukee, and Miami. And look at all that. All the A-type teams are bullish right now. So we got no B's or C's in the Bull Club. Actually, you know what? Let me. I don't think this. It's still going. That's why. All right. So we're just gonna wait until this irons out. There we go. All right, we do have some bull teams. There we go. New York is in the C-type team. They're in the bullish club. You got New Orleans. They're also bullish. And that's the only 2 teams that are from the B and the C club. And let's take a look at the bearish clubs right now. And I'm just going to do that right there. Oh, I've already got that. All right, so let's take a look here at the bearish teams. You got, I'm looking for A or B, right? Clippers, they're playing Toronto tonight. Toronto getting 3 players back. Van Fleet, Anunoby, and Scotty Barnes should be back for the Raptors tonight. And looking at, that's the only B-type team in the bearish club. And the other C-type teams that are bearish, I expect those teams to be bearish. because that's why they're C-type teams. All right, let's take a look at the NHL. Finally, somebody beat the Vancouver Canucks, and that was last night. In fact, that was a 2-1 victory. Let me see, what was the final that score last night for Vancouver? I think it was 2-1, right? Yeah, 2-1 victory for the Kings. Kings were overvalued last night. Nice play on the LA Kings if you had them. I went 1-1 yesterday in the NHL. I had Nashville, lost in the shootout. Hate losing on shootouts, but I also had the Calgary Flames. If you got them early, you got them at 140, but they closed at 188. So depending on the price you got them, hopefully you got them early. All right, there's Gloria K. Hey, she's just sneaking in through the back door with her coffee. We see you, Gloria K. Hey, good morning, Breakfast Club peeps. I'm sure I didn't get that. Oh, just morning, Gloria. Oh, there it is. Morning Breakfast Club peeps. Yeah, that's there. Now we can go on with our day. Gloria is in the house. All right, so we got a B with Pittsburgh. We got Carolina. Carolina, yeah. You know what? Montreal, it looked like it was going to be a 10-0 game in the first period, but they settled down. And against Carolina, what do you expect? 21-8 on the season. Tampa Bay, whoo, that's a woodshed game right there. Hey, woodshed. Florida took them behind the woodshed and just gave it to them last night. And you need Vasilevsky back, but COVID, they got a little bit of a COVID situation. St. Louis, a B-type team, and look at the Flyers. A Flyers, a C-type team. With all that talent they have in Philly, they should be at least a B-type team. 13-17 on the year, but that's why they fired their coach halfway through. And look at that. The Rangers, Edmonton, Dallas, Columbus. If you're looking for value, keep an eye on these teams. Columbus got the job done last night, but took a shootout to do it. Dallas, Dallas is streaky, right? They lose like 6 and then they win 4 and then something like that. Edmonton, I don't know what's going on with Edmonton these days. I know what's going on in Edmonton. They don't have a goaltender. That's the problem with the Oilers and the Rangers, man. You know what? I'm really going to look at the futures on the Rangers because I love this Rangers team. They play hard. They play gritty. Shesterkin is really a good goalie. Man, Gallant's got these guys playing some good hockey right now. All right, those are your Bears and Bulls report today for the December 31st, New Year's Eve. What's your plans for New Year's Eve? Are you guys going out? If you're in Canada, you can't host more than 10 friends. Okay? But yeah. As always, it'll be a quiet night for Ron as I'm retired from the elbow drinking, but normally watch all the bowl games and get some pizza and then call it a night. Okay? Watch the ball drop in New York and then we'll call it a night, and that's it. All right, so let's what's on the docket here? Let's go to the college football bowl predictions, and we got a few college bowl games today, and we'll kick it off first with the Gator Bowl. Wake Forest taking on Rutgers. Now, I'm hearing Rutgers might be sitting some guys out. A lot of issues with Rutgers. And I know not as bad issues, but just professional issues, right? Guys going to the pros, some guys not playing, COVID, stuff like that. So it's nothing headline news type thing. But let me see here. What do I got? Where's Rutgers? Pittsburgh, Michigan State. That was a good game too yesterday, right? That was a good. It's tough to be a quarterback in the Pitt Panthers these days. All right, Wake Forest taking on Rutgers. Wow, look at that line, 16.5 now, over under 62.5, and we have the Demon Deacons winning this one big, 40-23, and 100% chance of winning on the Cal, 50% chance of covering on the point spread, and that's based on 22 previous games for both these teams. So I'm gonna have to bring up the ATS calculator. I didn't bring up the calculator. Let me do that right now. And while I do that, I'm just going to wait for this to log on right here. And let's go here. And we'll bring that right over. Boom. There we go. All right, let me bring this right here. And let's go to college football. And let's do Wake. And let's do Rutgers. All right, survey says. And the survey says... Yeah, 11. That is Wake winning by 11.3. Over under at 58.06. But again, so many personnel. And this is why I'm not betting college football this year. I think this is the first time ever I'm not betting college football in about 10 to 20 years. Probably not betting college football. It's just the uncertainty, right? I can't bet into the uncertainty of college football. But we got NHL, NBA to keep us occupied, and I'm not just interested in throwing away money if I'm not feeling confident on the money that I'm going to bet on, right? All right, let me see here. Bulls as well, says C. Gunner. Loved the Phoenix today, says the Gunner. Gloria likes Chicago. Happy New Year's, Ramblers and Gamblers. There he is. G&G. Good morning, Ronald. Everything good in the North Bay. We're just talking about the devil. There's Gary A. And G&G is he's the one who came up with the Ramblers and Gamblers. So it's nice to see G&G's in the house from the Bay. Speaking of North Bay, the what do they call? It used to be called the North Bay Centennials. What are they called now? The North Bay. I forget what they're called now. The battalions? Is it North Bay Battalions? Anyways, the Auto 67s. I think they're in North Bay today. So G&G, if you're a junior hockey fan, our 67s are in your barn here this afternoon. All right, Wake is a solid bet, says Rick Ruler. And there's Dan Kelly. Rutgers just glad to be there. Yeah, exactly, it says Dan Kelly. You know Dan Kelly, I don't know where you're from, but there used to be a really famous broadcaster here in Canada named Dan Kelly. Back in the 70s, used to do a lot of the hockey and NHL, CFL games. And he used to be a good receiver. Now it's Brian Kelly. I'm thinking of Brian Kelly in Edmonton. But yeah, Dan Kelly. So whenever I see the name Dan Kelly, I think of that great announcer that we used to have here up in Canada. All right, Ball Cash is out partying for his birthday. And yeah, so we won't be able to give him the bumps today for Ball Cash. All right, so what's the next game on deck? We got the Sun Bowl. All right, let's see if it's sunny in the Sun Bowl. Where's the Sun Bowl this year? Where is the Sun Bowl? Washington. Is that normally in Phoenix somewhere? I thought the Sun Bowl was in Arizona. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, good to see G&G back in the house. And yeah, so it's good to see some old names popping up right now. All right, folks, don't forget, if you do enjoy the show, hit those like buttons and share this. Yeah, I remember him, says Dan Kelly. Awesome. All right, don't forget to share this podcast to your favorite social media. The more the merrier, that's what I always say, and let's get more people into the winner's circle. All right, so we got Washington State taking on Central Michigan. Now, see, with all these changes, you're supposed to play in Miami, but don't fear. The ATS calculator is here, and Washington State is a 13.5 point. Is this correct? 13.5 is the line. Let me check with Bookmaker right here. Let me go to college football, and let me see here. Central. No, see, minus 6.5. So you know what? I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go here. Where's my calculator? Boom. All right, let's go to. So we'll go Central Michigan. Central Michigan. Where are you, Central? There you are. And we'll go Washington State. And we'll do a survey says. And the survey says Central Michigan 4.8 and the over-under at 57.01. And look at that, right on the number. Bookmakers at 57, we got 57.01. Hey, ATS calculator all over it, right? So if it's going by a point decimal, then play the over. And if you like Washington State, we're getting Washington State laying 6.5. So yeah, so Central Michigan, according to this, would be the play along with the over. Doesn't fit my rule of thumb. My rule of thumb is this: if you like the underdog, you take the under. If you like the favorite, you take the over. It's always been one of my rule of thumbs in sports betting. All right, the next two, the big daddies, right? The big daddies of them all. Cincinnati taking on Alabama in the Cotton Bowl in Jerry's house. And let's take a look at this. Where is it? Right here. There it is. Minus 13.5. Bookmaker has, what does Bookmaker have right now? 14. So we're just a hook off. 56.5. We got 57.5. And we do like Alabama by 4. Look at that. 29.3, 25.2, 69.2% chance of winning for Bama, 27.7 for the Bearcats. But look at this. 55% chance of covering the spread and 53 for Alabama. And let's see what the ATS calculator has in store for this one. So we'll go Cincinnati. All right, where are you, Bearcats? There you go. Cincinnati against Alabama. Keith Jackson, eh? Every time I say Alabama, I think of Keith Jackson. All right, let me see here. Cincinnati survey says, oh, look at that. Right on the number of Bookmaker. 14.07, 60.38. So it does like it to go over the total today. And what do we got here? We have Cincinnati, Alabama, 57.5. So you know what? I would love to take Cincinnati and just, be that guy who called the upset. It's Nick Saban and Bama, right? And it's just, for me, Nick Saban, he proves it in the big games. He just knows how to win the big games. But Cincinnati, man, these guys had a great year, great head coach. I think this is going to be a close game. I think Bama wins, but I think it stays within the number. Maybe Cincinnati, Bama by 10 type thing, right? If I use my my football hat, I think Bama by about 10 10, 13 points, right near but I would take Cincinnati on the point spread, but I like Alabama to win. All right, there. That's how you get off the fence right there. All right, let's go to the Orange Bowl. Let's look at the Orange Bowl right here between Georgia and Michigan. Now, the Bulldogs, a 7.5-point favorite. Now, the thing is, the SEC has not looked really great during the bowl games. The Big Ten has looked pretty good. I got to admit, watching the Big Ten teams, they've been looking pretty good. I think Michigan's got a shot here today. And looking at the computer pick here, the forecast, 25-16 for Georgia. But I think Michigan, if I was to play one game today, that's the game I'm playing. I think the Big Ten is representing well in the bowl games. And let me see here. Let's go to the survey says. Let's do Georgia. Georgia. Hey, they said there'd be no singing, Ron, so no more singing. All right, Georgia against Michigan. Michigan. All right, let's go Michigan. Survey says, good morning, Lee Clark. How you doing? Scotty's in the house. Good morning, Scott. Cincinnati plus the points, says Scott. Saban's the man, says C. Gunner. Can't bet against Bama. Yeah, it's pretty tough. I've noticed lately a lot of online books aren't letting you parlay a fave and an over. You can parlay the fave and under. They know what they're doing. Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, it's my rule of thumb, Dan. Like if you've read it's one of my tips in the book. If you read my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, it's if you like the favorite, you play the over, and if you like the underdog, you take the under, right? But the books. The thing is, there's so much competition now in sports book, and you got international books, you got local books, you got there's so much competition that these books are just trying to really survive. They're just trying to survive, and there's a saturation in the market right now. Not just in sports betting, like of all the different industries, like the umbrella industries, like handicapping, sports service. There's a saturation right now, and until there's some type of not a shakeout, but more of a mergers, you're going to see this type of behavior from the industry. All right, so we do Georgia, Michigan. I kept you in suspense long enough, right? Away, look at that, Georgia by 9.06. 48.6, so it does like the Bulldogs to win. The thing with the Bulldogs, it's the offense, right? We know they got a good defense. Kirby Smart's a really good defensive mind, but if Georgia's offense got to pick it up. If Georgia's offense is intact and they're rolling, it could be a big day, a long day for Michigan. But I like the fact that Michigan, you're not supposed to be here. You know what? You look at Michigan the last couple of years, couldn't win the big game. And what Harbaugh did during the offseason, he went and he changed his coaching staff. He went and got younger coaches. There seems to be a better communication system between the players and the coaches. And you know what? This is a great, win or lose today for Michigan. It's been a great season, right? You won the Big Ten, and now you're in the Final Four in the college football. So it's been a good year for the Michigan Wolverines. All right, speaking of Wolverines, if you're looking to place a bet here tonight, you can check out an article we got, place a bet on tonight's game between the Bulldogs and the Michigan Wolverines. And if you just click on that link, you will see who we recommend, one of the top sports books in the industry. And you can check it out right here at atsstats.com. All right, what do we got on deck now? Let's do a little recap of yesterday. We're going to recap yesterday's VPP, one of the newest segments that we started here last week. The VPP is the value and percentage play. And folks, when you look at the Ram report, I'll give you an example. Let me bring out the Ram report, the tip sheet. Now, the thing is, when you look at the tip sheets, it's so easy to get, analysis by paralysis, or paralysis by analysis. That's the word right there. And you look at all these numbers, and the thing that when you look at the Ram report, it's based in three categories, right? Value, percentage play, and performance cycles. There's a lot of information here in the Ram report. And I said, and I keep going with my rule of thumb in life. Less is more. And how do I condense this entire tip sheet in one snapshot? And I think I've done it right here. Boom. It's called the VPP, the value and percentage play chart. When you look at this, you see the teams, you see the odds, the value, right? You got to know what kind of, I always say the pizza analogy. Are you getting a 2-for-1 pizza for $10, or are you getting that deluxe pizza for $40, right? And if you look at the color system, it explains to you the bullish, overvalued, fair market, and undervalued odds value. And then I look at here, the PVI cycle. This to me is one of in my view, this column right here sums up all this right here in one shot. This column right here, the PVI cycle, and I'll tell you why. You got a B, right? As soon as you know you got a B-type team, you got a middle pack team, right? I don't need to know how much they're scoring per game. I don't need to know their average. I don't need their over-under record. I don't need all that. B tells me one thing. They're a 50 to 59.9% team, and that tells me in a nutshell what type of team I'm getting. This here, neutral, tells me that team is 3-4, 4-3 in the cycle, and this tells me they've been in that cycle for 6 days. That, my friends, in a nutshell, gives me so much confidence and so much information, power information on how I'm going to really make these bets. And if you just focus on this little column right here and this column, the value, percentage play, the cow, and this performance cycle will lead you to the winner's circle more times than not. And as much as I'm not trying to say this is not good, but I'm just saying if you don't have the time to really go through the Raymond report, that's what you want to do. Snapshot, boom, right here. All right, let's take a look at the Brooklyn. This was yesterday, right? So Philadelphia against Brooklyn, 80% chance on Brooklyn, 33 with Philadelphia. Now, the one thing that I've noticed with Philly yesterday in my player personnel chart, I had the Sixers with a better lineup than the Brooklyn Nets in the player personnel chart. In fact, my number was, and what I do when I handicap injuries, right? The one thing, and I talked about this yesterday, how do you handicap your strengths and weaknesses? One of my weaknesses was I didn't take enough time to really go through the injury report, the player lineup, and I said I got to do a better job of really seeing each player who's in the lineup each day. It's very time consuming, but it pays off in the end. And because I say it all the time, the line will tell you, like say for instance, Brooklyn -5, that tells me Durant's in the lineup. That tells me that Harden's in the lineup. If that line is -1, that tells me either Harden or Durant's in the lineup. You see where I'm going? So the line will always tell you what kind of lineup you're going to get, but then you got to, do you trust the bookmaker's line or do you got to make your line? And what I did yesterday, I looked at what I normally do is I take a look at the top 5 scores of each team, and I see if there's any of those top 5 scores not in the lineup, and then and if they don't, then I have a formula that I use, and it tells me the percentage of if a team is averaging say 110 points per game and I'm missing one of the top 5 in the lineup, well then what's that, then the replacement comes in, then it gives me of the percent. The Nuggets yesterday, and I went with the Nuggets, but the game got canceled, but my other play would have been Philadelphia. Milwaukee, so we had 80% chance here on Brooklyn. Milwaukee and let me see here, Washington, 60 and 86%. So the percentage plays went 2-1 yesterday, and the day before that we were 6-1, 6-2, and then 7-1 on the forecast. So a pretty good day yesterday in the NBA using the VPP, the value and percentage play chart. All right, let's take a look at today's value and percentage play charts. So we're going to take a look right now. And while I'm doing this, let me take a look at what you guys are saying here in the bullpen. All right. Happy New Year, everybody, says Kay. Daryl Turner's other bro Turner says, I like the play too. Kirk Cousins out from Minnesota this Sunday. Okay, that's huge. That is huge. He took Michigan. I think Harbaugh will find a way to lose this game, says Gunner. Network, Mitch, and all right. So, all right, you guys bringing your A game. Again, folks, don't forget, post your plays into the bullpen, and let's see what people are saying. All right, let's go to game number 1. The 1 p.m. tip-off at the Gardens today between the Suns and the Boston Celtics. Now, everything in green tells me there's value. Everything in orange tells me that team is overvalued. Everything in yellow means that fair market value, and everything in red means undervalue. So, 2 value, we got both value plays on the Phoenix-Boston teams. We got a bullish team in Phoenix that have been bullish for 63 days, and C bearish for the Boston Celtics. So they've been bearish now for 2 days, meaning they're 2-5, 1-6, 0-7 in their last 7. 69% chance of winning today for Phoenix, and the forecast has 108, 103. Chicago taking on Indiana. The Bulls are overvalued. You got an A bullish team in Chicago for 18 days, C bearish for 2 days for the Pacers, and we got 62% chance of winning compared to 52 for the Pacers coming off that loss to Charlotte the other night. And we got a 110-109 forecast here for Chicago. Dallas taking on the Sacramento Kings. And looking at the value index here, we got Dallas fair market value. Sacramento's undervalued. I had them listed at +4. You got a C bearish 2 days, C neutral 3 days, and you got Dallas a 40% chance of winning compared to 27% for Sacramento. And you got a forecast of 108 to 107. All right, let me see here. Miami against Houston. We got Miami-Houston. We got overvalued play here on the Heat. Got to check that injury report, right? Miami, with COVID going around, with especially the NHL team is pretty bad. Now it's starting to get bad in the NBA. So, again, all the information I'm giving today, you're going to have to go look at your player performance charts, see who's in the lineup. Miami-Houston, A bullish against a C bearish. Now, the Heat been bullish for 13 days, C bearish for 17 days, 69% chance of winning for Miami, and we got a final of 112-107. Atlanta taking on Cleveland. Both teams getting good value. You got Atlanta C bearish for 9 days, B neutral for 1 day, 72% chance of winning for the Hawks, and 60% for the Cavaliers. No Ricky Rubio. Yesterday we found out, yesterday or the day before, torn ACL. And I saw a headline yesterday that they're trying to get playoff Rondo. So, hey, you know what? They're going to need help. They got this far. They don't want to quit on their fans and their team. So they're going to have to go out and get some help to replace some of the people that are losing, right? But today we got Cleveland 110-107 on the forecast. But keep in mind, the chance of winning the percentage play favors Atlanta. Clippers taking on Toronto, as I mentioned in the broadcast. The Toronto, not the Maple Leafs, but the Toronto Raptors going to get Van Fleet back, Anunoby, and they're also going to get Scotty Barnes, maybe the Rookie of the Year, back in the lineup today. That's why you're seeing Toronto -7 price. Overvalued today. I had Toronto at pick'em almost, and you're getting -7, so I guess Clippers are not going to make a lot of players come up for this one. I know there's some border issues, and maybe that's what's happening right now with that line. You know, that's the first thing I think of when I see that line. But if you like the Clippers, you're getting value. B bearish for the Clippers 5 days. C neutral for Toronto 7 days. 66% chance of winning for the Raptors. 28 for the Clippers. Oh, see that? I just reached puberty right there. Hey, where? 66 and 28 for the Clippers. 108, 102 is the final, and that tells me I need to take a little swing of water right there. Get my voice back. Hey, sound like Pee Wee Herman right there for a second. All right, New York taking on Oklahoma. You got the Knicks, a -5.5 point favorite. Good value here today on the Knickerbockers. And for Oklahoma, +5.5. And you're looking at the Thunder, undervalued. And if you like New York, yeah, you're getting good value at -5.5. I had them listed at +0.1. C bullish against C neutral. And neutral for 19 days, 56% chance of winning for the New York Knicks, and 46% for the Thunder. 103.1, 103. So we are getting a pretty close game here between the New York Knicks and the Oklahoma Thunder. San Antonio taking on Memphis. Squeaky Ron says, Squeaky Ron, that's a good one. All right, San Antonio taking on Memphis, and looking at the line here, so San Antonio +6. Undervalued, good value here, overvalued on the Memphis Grizzlies. And looking at the Spurs, C neutral 5 days against Memphis, A neutral 12 days, and 84% chance of winning for Memphis, 34 for the Spurs. 116, 110 is the forecast, and we are right there on the line. Minnesota taking on Utah. We got the Timberwolves +11, a good value. Fair market value on the no Julius Randle today for the New York Knicks. That's big. You know, you big guy like that. Yeah, you need, and again, this is why I look at the player performance chart, the injuries, and see how it's going to adjust, how it's going to affect that. So thanks, Gunnar. Good, and this is what we do here, right? If you know there's a guy, a player missing in a lineup, please post it up here. This way it saves us a little bit of trouble when we're reviewing our lineups, right? We want those pearls, OG. Let's get those pearls, says Who's Mizzou. All right, so Memphis, 84% chance of winning, 34 for the Spurs. So we went through that. Minnesota, Utah, C neutral against A bullish. Utah has been bullish for 42 days. 81% chance of winning compared to 15, and 118 to 107. And last game on the board, Portland against the Lakers. You got good value here on the Portland Trailblazers, overvalued for the Lakers. You got two C-type teams, so you got C on C-type crime. C bearish 35 days, C bearish 9 days for the Lakers. 69% chance of winning for LA, 34 for the Portland Trailblazers. 115, 110 is our forecast. All right, there you have it. That is the VPP for the NBA games here today for New Year's Eve, December 31st. All right, what do we got on deck next? So let's go to the NHL. We're going to do the NHL right now. And before I do that, let me see if there's anybody new in the bullpen. Pearls, pearls, pearls. I adore Jay-Z's voice. Jay-Z's voice. Nice. All right, let me see here. Let's go to the only got 4 games in NHL today. Have to subtract Randall points. Look at under, says John Peresco. Yeah, exactly. Anytime you got a one of the top 5 shooters out of a lineup, you got to readjust your algorithms on your player performance charts. All right, let's go to the NHL. Now, only 4 games today in the Bettman circuit. And you got Edmonton taking on New Jersey. Now, I believe that game is going to be played at, 1 o'clock or something like that. So let me grab my sheet right here. Put that away. And, yeah, you know what? I forgot to... Normally, when I do the VPP, I like to get my sheet and play with the... and let you guys know the home and away records. I think that plays a big factor too, right? So some of these teams are Jekyll and Hyde. You look at some teams like Denver in the NBA, Jekyll and Hyde home and away. So Edmonton losing their last game to St. Louis. Now they're overvalued today at minus 152. And you got New Jersey undervalued. Jersey winning their last game against Buffalo. I think it was 4-3 was the final in that game. And looking at the cycles here, Edmonton, A bearish for 21 days. Now that scares me a bit, right? You got an A-type team, 60% or higher in the standings in the Edmonton Oilers. 21 days they've been bearish, and you got a C-type team in the Devils who've been bearish for 35 days. So misery loves company, and they're meeting today taking on Tampa Bay. Now the good news for Tampa Bay is that they get to play right away, and hopefully they chat disconnected. Please wait. We try to reconnect you successfully. Oh. Something happened, I guess, connected. All right, are we back on here? What's happening? Oh. All right, so I think we're back. Yeah, it could be my network. Are we back on here? What's happening? All right, so I think we're coach walked out of class. No, we're still here. Chat disconnected. Please while we reconnect you. Just a rewind a little bit. All right, what did you guys hear last? Is Tatum still out? Yeah, I think so. All right, so let me go back here at Anaheim, Vegas. I don't know if you guys got it. I'll do that. Stream paused a few times. It's good for now. All right. Yeah, it's my internet. The internet this morning's been wonky. Anaheim, Vegas. So we had overvalued on Anaheim. A neutral, 35 days. A bullish, 18 days. And what you said. Okay, what was the last thing you guys remembered? I'll do the Anaheim, Vegas. And I just don't know what's the last thing you guys heard. All right, so Edmonton Oilers. All right, so we'll go back to the top. Edmonton, New Jersey.